Good morning, dear students. Welcome to the online class. So today in this session we are going to learn about one more dynasty, yes, which is belongs to Harshavardhana. Yes. After the decline of Gupta Empire, many independent dynasties arose in North India. Yes. So among them, Pushyabhuti dynasty of Tanashwara. Pushyabhuti dynasty of Taneshwara and Harshavardhana was the most popular king of this dynasty. The Harshavardhana, he belongs to Pushyabhuti dynasty. Yes. So today in this session we are going to learn about Harshavardhana and his literary works and administration of sculpture. Yes. And along with sculpture we are going to learn religion things and Nalanda University and regarding Huyan Sthan. Yes, Huyan Sthan. So these are all the things we are going to learn in this session. I hope you all people will get enjoyed. Yes. So let us learn about Harshavardhana, who belongs to Pushyabhuti dynasty. After the decline of the Gupta Empire, many independent dynasties arose in North India. In North India, and important among them was Pushyabhuti dynasty of Thaneshwara. Yes, so Harshavardhana was the most popular king of Pushyabhuti dynasty. Let us know about the Harshavardhana. Harshavardhana was only 16. He was only just 16 years when he ascended the throne. When he became a king of that Pushyabhuti dynasty, he was just a 16-year person. Yes, by this time, many sad incidents had happened. In whose life? In the life of Harshavardhana. After the death of father Prabhakara Vardhana, after the death of Harshavardhana's father Prabhakara Vardhana, his elder brother Rajya Vardhana Varma. Whose elder brother? Harshavardhana's elder brother Rajya Vardhana Varma had ascended the throne. Yes, Prabhakara Vardhana, he was the father of Harshavardhana and Rajya Vardhana Varma, and after the death of Prabhakara Vardhana, Rajya Vardhana, who was the elder brother of Harshavardhana, he ascended or he became a king of the Pushyabhuti. Yes, their sister, their sister Rajashri was married to Grahavarma of Mokhari dynasty. Maukhari dynasty, an evil king of Malwa. An evil king of Malwa killed Grahavarma and imprisoned Rajashri at Kannauj. See, Harshavardhana's sister, she is Rajashri. Yes, she was married with Grahavarma, who belongs to Maukhari dynasty. Yes, an evil king of Malwa killed Grahavarma and kept Rajashri in his prison at Kanauj. Though Rajavardhana defeated the army of Malwa, he was killed by Shashanka of Gauda. Yes, who? Rajavardhana. Rajavardhana was defeated the army of Malwa, but he was killed by Shashanka of Gauda. During these turbulent times, means during this critical time, Harshavardhana came to power. Yes, turbulent means very critical situation, critical condition. Yes, so during this turbulent times, Harshavardhana became a ruler or king of the Pushyabhuti dynasty. He took a power of that dynasty. He located his sister in the forests of Vidya Parvata, who was roaming around as widow. Yes, after that, he located who? His sister. Okay. He located his sister in the forests of Vidyaparvata, who was roaming around as widow. He took over the Maukri kingdom of his brother-in-law. He made Kannauj, the capital city of Maukri, as his kingdom. Later, he built a bigger army and captured Kashmir and Sindh regions. He also invaded South India when he arrived at the banks of river Narmada. He was defeated by the Chalukya ruler of Karnataka, Pulakeshi II. Who? Harshavardhana, who was a see. Later he built a bigger army who Harshavardhana and captured Kashmir and Sindh regions. He also invaded South India. Means he also and he wanted to become a ruler of over all the India. He wanted to become a ruler of India. Not only a north part, not only just a south part also. Yes, when he arrived at the banks of river Narmada, at that time, when he reached the bank of river Narmada, he defeated by the Chalukya ruler. He is none other than Pulakeshi II. Yes, sometime he made a mistake along with Chalukya ruler Pulakeshi II. Because in the north, at the same time, when the Pushyabhuti dynasty of Thaneshwara taken place in the North India in the same time, same year, same way, how the Harshavardhana was the strongest ruler, important ruler of the Pushyabhuti dynasty. At the same time, the Karnataka ruler who belongs to Chalukya dynasty, and he was Pulakeshi too. He was also as same as stronger than Harshavardhana. Yes, there were nothing difference between Harshavardhana and Pulakeshi too. Yes, both were arrived to the Narmada banks of the river Narmada, and in that battlefield Harshavardhana got defeated by the Pulakeshi II. Yes, Harshavardhana ruled North India for about 40 years. Harshavardhana ruled North India about 40 years. 40 years he was close to Chinese traveler Yuan Shang. He was very much close to the Chinese traveler. He was Huan Stang. Yes. So let us know about the literature of the Pushyabhuti dynasty or Harshavardhana. Harshavardhana was not only a warrior but also a poet. He was not only a warrior, he was also a good poet. He wrote 3 plays in Sanskrit: Priyadarshika, Ratnavali, and Nagananda. Priyadarshika, Ratnavali, Nagananda. These are the 3 Sanskrit plays of Harshavardhana. Yes, he had poets like Banabhatta. He was a great poet in the court of Harshavardhana. Banabhatta wrote Harsha Charita, keeping Harshavardhana as the subject. Yes, Harsha Charita, this is the life history of Harshavardhana. Who wrote this one means Banabhatta wrote the Harsha Charita. Yes, Harshavardhana supported education and donated liberally to ancient Nalanda University. Yes, in our India, the oldest and the ancient university is also called Nalanda University only. Yes, in the next page, here you can see the empire of the Harshavardhana. Yes, the yellow color part, you can see that on the desktop, the yellow part is totally controlled by the or ruled by the Harshavardhana. That much places were expanded or included to the Pushyabhuti dynasty during the ruling period of Harshavardhana. Yes, so let us move for the religion. Harshavardhana was tolerant of all religions and was respecting all religions. Though he was a Shaiva follower, he was a follower of the Shaiva, but he used to give a respect to all the religions, and he was also called religious tolerance also. Yes, he supported even Buddhism also. He organized religious conferences in Kannauj and Prayaga. Yes, so the Chinese traveler who was very close to the Harshavardhana, regarding him, let us discuss. Yes, Huansang. In the desktop, you can see the picture of Huansang. Huansang was a famous Chinese traveler. He visited to India in 1400 years ago. He traveled in India for around 15 years and studied Buddhist literature. Who? Huansang. Huansang, he visited to the India for 1400 years ago, but he taken around 15 years to study Buddhist literature. Basically, or importantly, he came to learn about the Buddhist literature only. For that reason, he visited to the India. Yes, he studied at Nalanda University too. Not only he just visited of the Harshavardhana's court, not only he just a learner of Buddhist literature, he was a he studied in Nalanda University. He had stayed in the court of Harshavardhana for many years. Not only he studied in Nalanda University, he had stayed in court of Harshavardhana for many years. He has recorded his experiences in India in book Siyuki, which means the record of the Western Kingdom. Siyuki means the record of the Western Kingdom. Yes. So let us know about Nalanda University, which is the oldest and ancient university of our India. Nalanda University, which was in present Bihar, was a popular university for 6 centuries since Gupta period. It was the most famous university of ancient times. Not only that, students were coming from places like China, Japan to study here. It had 8 schools and 3 big libraries. 8 schools along with 3 big libraries. The Buddhism was the major subject of study. Subjects like yoga, Veda, medicine, and others were also taught. Huan spent many years in this university for that reason only. Basically, Huensang visited to the India to learn about the Buddhist literature. Yes, and also he was a student of Nalanda University also. You can see on the desktop the Nalanda University. Yes. So let us know about Nalanda University. In Nalanda, there were no fees for the education, boarding of lodging to bear the running expenses of university. Revenue from 100 villages was pledged. Harshavardhana was one of the chief patrons of this university. Students' life was disciplined and great scholars were among the faculty. Yes, this is regarding Nalanda University.